From a personal brand perspective, I'll cover 3 areas. 2 things that you need to know about a personal brand, what it should be crafted from, and also the 3 parts to actually building it. Okay, so those are the 3 things I'm going to cover for you today. 2 reasons why to develop a personal brand is it helps you attract the perfect type of clients. And if you do it right, it'll also mean that the people who aren't best suited for you and vice versa aren't attracted. So that's number 1. And number 2 is it allows you to be uniquely you. Okay, so through the process you'll find out what's unique about you, what do you stand for and what do you do. That all comes through the personal brand. And there's a term called self-expression, full self-expression, and this is the piece in the Book Yourself Solid that you define and understand what it means to be fully self-expressed. So we'll go through that together, and we'll now move into what it's crafted from. So what do you actually craft a personal brand from? There's seven pieces, I think, if I count quickly, of what it's crafted from. It should be clear, consistent, unique, authentic, memorable, meaningful, soulful, personal. I just added unique, that was 8. Without unique, there's 7. I'll go through them again. Clear, consistent, authentic, memorable, meaningful, soulful, and personal. All of this is in the book. Don't worry, you don't have to write it all down, assuming you've got the book, Book Yourself Solid. I'll tell you at the end how to get one. But that's how your personal brand should, as almost a tick list that you can use to create your personal brand. And there's 3 core components of an actual personal brand. Those 3 things are your who and do what statement, I'll cover in a minute, why you do it, and your tagline. So all of those 3 I'll go into a little bit more detail shortly. There's 3 parts to the building. The first part of the building is to release blocks, because most of the time in a personal brand, especially and importantly the self-expression, most of the time that's actually held back by ourselves. Something inside us, usually from the past, that's stopping us from being fully self-expressed. So to work on being fully self-expressed, think about times when you haven't been. Understand the reasons that have held you back. Again, all of the steps are in Book Yourself Solid, so you can work through these step by step in a workbook fashion. But really, when you understand what full self-expression is, you can feel a difference. My own example, I grew up, so to speak, in the corporate world, and every 6 months or so I was having midlife corporate crises, wondering, am I doing the right thing? So inside me I could feel that I wasn't being fully self-expressed. Now, running my own business and being able to work with people I love working with and being able to do what I absolutely love doing, I can be fully self-expressed pretty much every single day of my life, is the easiest way to say that. And it just means it's effortless. It means it's a lot easier, it's a lot less. I don't have to spend energy on thinking about how to say something just to keep people happy, or how to say something because they may not agree with me, if I just said it as me. So being self-expressed allows me to do a lot more with a lot less energy, which is fantastic. So that's me from releasing my blocks. Then the second part of 3 parts, the first one is releasing your blocks. The second part is you are uniquely you. And in a real simple sense, how are you quirky? What's special about you that people comment on quite frequently? A lot of people say, I'm very unique. And they say that with a smile, and they usually say that in a very nice way. And from my perspective, why they say that is I'm using myself as an example. I'm wired to help people. So that mixed with the out-of-the-box ideas I have, and my abilities for marketing, and my abilities as well to communicate it's funny that communicate with people, can't even say that sentence, which is quite funny, allows me to be uniquely me, okay, and also to make fun of myself at any stage. You find out, if you're not sure of yourself, what's unique about you, ask people. Send an email to 5 people, phone them, ask them, what's unique about me? Ask people you trust, and also be open to whatever they say. Really important that you listen to what people have to say for you, and you can really bring that together and then understand how you're perceived. And once, an important part of this is once you understand who you are and you can be fully self-expressed, this is when this switch starts to change, and this is when you start absolutely loving marketing because you love what you do. I don't class myself as a salesperson, and I don't ever like to want to be a salesperson, but if you put me in front of someone and I talk passionately about what I love doing, most people want to hand me money to help them. I don't class that as sales, I class that as just having a chat to someone about something I love. So hopefully you can get to that stage as well. If you're not already there, I'm making an assumption there, but if you're not already there. And so the three, and as the last part of the three parts, the last is the actual components of building a personal brand. And those components are your who and do what story, your why you do it, and also your tagline. So let's talk about those. So your who and do what story, it tells people who you help, it tells people how you help them, and for this it's keep it that simple. So my original who and do what story is I help business owners make more money. As my own personal brand's developed, it's now I help experts and I help consultants make more money. It could be I help consultants get more clients. But usually when I say to someone in a networking or a social environment, I help people make more money, the first question is usually, how do you do that? Tell me about that. And then I start a conversation, which is very different to I'm a business consultant, because then people will glaze over, excuse themselves and run to the toilet when they don't actually need it. So don't worry about being too extravagant, keep it very simple. I help X do X. Okay, so that's the formula for the who and do what story. The why do you do it? So why do you get up in the morning? I've already shared a little bit about me. I'm wired to help people. I absolutely love helping people, and I love giving ideas that turns into money for people. That's more, the money side of things is because it allows and gives people a lot more choices in life. So it's not that I'm hugely money driven, it's more that I just know that that's the switch to help people have different types of lives. I talked in the other video about FEPS, financial, emotional, physical, spiritual. Financial usually helps the emotional and physical quite well, spiritual not so much. But that's how I'm wired, and that's how I help people. So why do you get up in the mornings? Why do you help people do what you do? And if you can really articulate that to a really good level, then when you're talking to people about it, it will resonate with the right types of people as well. So you hear how you can be having conversations with the right types of people, and they'll start being attracted to you for what you can do for them. So that's the why you do it. It doesn't have to be unique as well, it just needs to be really meaningful to you. So something you say and you truly believe it with all of everything inside you, you believe that. And then the last but not least of the actual components of a personal brand is the tagline. So, and the tagline sometimes is the hardest. It can take weeks, if not months, to find this. And there is, again, step-by-step questions within the Book Yourself Solid book, and a workbook that comes with it to help you do this. Without that workbook, you're probably going to take a lot longer, so go and grab it. It's the paint by numbers to get it. It allows you to be yourself. It allows you to be congruent. Again, very good at articulating myself. For what you believe in and how you talk to people. Of course, it's based on your why you do it statement. So my earlier tagline was engineered for success, because all of the learning and self-development I do is designed to help other people. So that's one of my taglines, and I'm still working on my tagline. That's me, and I'm still working on it, and I teach these things. So it doesn't mean I've got it perfect, always open for learning. Also lets other people know what it's like to be around you. So if people read it, they'll say, okay, well, this person's very focused on something, or this is their type of environment they like to work, or the type of thinking they like. So it helps in that way as well. If you get this right for you and you're really, really happy with it, it's also going to resonate with prospective customers or clients who resonate with that same level. And that means you're not in a sales conversation, you're a few levels above or below, however you want to look at it, at an emotional level. And that just makes that conversation so much easier, because you are truly there to help them. And it can come from any of the pieces of why you're unique. You might pick something up from that. What do people compliment you on regularly? There might be something there as well that people keep saying to you. What about this? What about this? Or you're very good at that. And just keep listening to what people are saying. And also, what you never get tired of. I never get tired of helping people. I never get tired of learning about marketing. I never get tired of giving people ideas. So they're the things I love doing and are really effortless. What is it that you never get tired of? And the more you think about it, how could you craft a tagline from that? Everything that I've talked about can be found in the book Yourself Solid. So really, to summarise the personal brand, there was the reasons for the personal brand. There was the 3 parts to it. Okay, releasing the blocks, the uniquely you piece, and then the 3 components. And of course, the 3 components are the who and do what story, the why you do it, and your tagline. So that's the personal brand. To find out more, just go to theprofitpartnership.co.nz/BYS, which that the part where I can communicate clearly, I'll say that again. theprofitpartnership.co.nz/BYS, and you can get a couple of free chapters of the book. Michael's been very kind to allow me to share those with you, so feel free to go there, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye for now.